Well, hello. Today is Thursday, July 15th. It's time for our weekly meeting highlight. This week it's tricks to make healthy eating irresistible. So let's check and see how I did this week. Last week I lost 1.6 pounds after having a celebration for my anniversary on the previous Friday. So let's see how I did this week. My goal this week was to lose 1.2 pounds. So did I do it? Nope, I didn't do it. I gained 0.4, so I have a total loss of 78.4 pounds. I'm disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I'm disappointed because I did follow my plan 100% this week. You saw my food. I stayed well within my points. I had a blue dot every single day. I think the problem, which proved me wrong, which proved my point rather, was I really think you have to eat your weeklies. I didn't use any of my weeklies. I was kind of building up some weeklies. I started off the week with 42 weeklies. I ended the week with 49 weeklies. So lesson learned. I'm going to use the points this week. I'm also going to go back on my tracker. I might have eaten a little carb heavy, you might say. Or another thought might be that I really didn't have that big of a loss last week because of the celebrating on my anniversary. It could be the humidity. It's so humid in Michigan, and my body just likes to hold on to every little bit of moisture it can grab onto. But I'm discouraged, not discouraged, disappointed. I'm not discouraged. I'm disappointed. But that's not going to stop me from continuing on because I know I can do it. At one point, I lost 96.2 pounds, and I've kind of stopped thinking about that. I've said this on my daily vlog. I was stressing so much about reaching 100 pounds that I was getting so consumed by it. But then as soon as I stopped worrying about it, I gained all my weight. So I guess I have to be consumed with that. So I am consumed with getting back to my 100 pounds, and I'm going to do it. But let's get to the topic, which is make mealtime a mood. What makes dining out feeling so special, aside from the not having to cook thing? Ambiance. To me, it's not so much the ambience when I'm eating out. It really isn't. It's just, I like to have, they're my favorite foods, and they're foods that I've tried to make my way, and I can't. And the reason I can't make them the way they make them at the restaurant is because, let's face it, they use a lot of fats and greases and things like that, which is what adds to the flavor in some cases. Like a good burger needs to be a greasy, juicy burger, in my opinion. I've had my burgers, and they're good, but it's not as good. It's just not. But I can try to make my thing. If you've watched my vlogs, I do try to make my food like happy looking. I make like little faces on my picture. Like if I have eggs, I make the eggs little eyes and the banana the mouth, and I like to make my plates look fun. So that's why I do it. The way your meal is presented can influence how you feel about what you're eating, which is true. I like to have a colorful plate because I think that the more colorful it is the more likely it's a healthy plate. If it's just fun to eat, it's fun to eat. It's like oatmeal is just like bland. But you can jazz it up a little bit, throw a little bit of Lily chocolate chips on top, just add a little bit of chocolate to it. There's hardly any points, and just a few, I don't even think you can count them as points if you just put a couple of them just to make a little smiley face on your oatmeal or something. It really does make a difference. This week, treat your regular dinner as if it were a special occasion. Whether you're setting the table for 1 or 5, follow our tips in the graphic above for a more mindful and happier eating experience. And they show you a little picture of, how a table should look. It tells you to set the table and the scene. Break out the nice dishes, light candles, and put Alexis on for music duty. Jim and I eat all of our dinners at this table right here in the kitchen, and our family dinners we eat in the dining room when the whole family is here. I always set the table. We always have napkins, cloth napkins, regular dishes, not china, regular dishes, and even even though I could, it would be so much easier, like when we make mashed potatoes, just to set the pan on the table with the potatoes because it's just the two of us, or just to go to the stove and make our own plate. I always put them in serving bowls. It makes for a little bit more work, but you know what? It makes for a better ambiance. At Christmas time, we just eat with the Christmas lights on. It just makes it just seem that much more magical. We do watch TV when we're eating, but that doesn't keep us from having a conversation. When we're eating dinner, it's usually at about 6:30 at night, and the nightly news is on. So we kind of watch the news while we're eating, and then we just kind of talk about the news type of things. Also call it something special. It's way more exciting to eat a fluffy French omelet with fresh summer vegetables than scrambled eggs. You can take it over the top and make an actual paper menu. Not going to do that. I don't even make a regular menu, or like for the week, a menu plan. I don't even do that. But I don't think that, like, we don't have really, well, when I have a roast, we call it a mean roast because it's just, I don't know why, we just call it a mean roast. And that's about the only thing I can think of that we've like jazzed up a name on, because it's whatever it is. That's just what we eat. Does eating at your favorite restaurant for your birthday feel super special? That's because the way your meal is presented and described, even in your surroundings, can help you feel happy and connected. In other words, a little tablescaping and ambiance can go a long way. Well, I agree with that. I really do. A lot of restaurants, they'll sing to you on your birthday. I just try to think that so many families nowadays don't eat their meals together. When my kids were growing up, they ate breakfast in the morning together because they went to school. And on Saturdays, we ate breakfast together Saturday mornings. Sundays, we just usually didn't eat till we got home from church, and then everybody just kind of made what they wanted. But we always sat at the table. My kids don't do that with their kids. They sit in front of the TV. And I kind of think that they're losing the whole aspect of the meal. And I think this is why Weight Watchers is bringing this out, because I think it's a trend for not all, but I'm speaking for my family and my family's generation, that they don't eat their meals as a family at the table, other than when they come here for family dinners. And then they have so much fun. And I'm thinking, why don't you do this all the time? But they'll pop up their little TV table and sit in front of the TV and watch TV. So they're still basically eating as a family. And I can't really complain too much because now I've said that I watch TV. but when my kids were growing up, no TV. No TV at all. It's just we were here to talk about your day. And I learned very early, you just didn't say, how was school today? They'd just say, fine. I would always say, well, like in science class, you were learning about leaves today. Which particular plant did you learn about today? So that they had to kind of, go into the conversation a little bit deeper. I have a rule that there's no TV is allowed when we're watching family dinners. No TV is allowed. No hats on your head at the table. No devices of any kind, and you have to talk to each other. And if you don't want to talk to each other, then just sit there and listen. But this is the kids' table, and the adults sit in the dining room. There's always more fun going on at the kids' table. Although we have fun at our adult table, but I think that if you try to make meals special, that it makes a difference. It really does make a difference. So you need to treat all of your meals as a special occasion. Kind of quick and to the point today. Like I said, it's, like if you're going to have a vegetable, like you're going to eat some raw vegetables, get a little fancy little serving bowl to put in the center of your plate and put your dip in it. There's like 3 points for 2 tablespoons of dip. All your vegetables are 0 points. So your only thing you're doing is that. And try to make it look pretty. Like get those little fancy tools out that you bought at Pampered Chef, that when the Pampered Chef person was displaying them, they thought, oh, that's really cool. And you bought it and you got home and you couldn't figure out how to do it. But, you can make like crinkle cut cucumber slices, and you can make your vegetable tray look prettier and make it more enjoyable. The recipe is for crispy buttermilk onion rings. I love onion rings. I've never made an onion ring. I've never made an onion ring. And these are made in the air fryer, which I just bought. I just bought an air fryer. It's a toaster oven air fryer, and it does like 5 different functions. So I haven't used it yet. But it's, well, it's not too bad. 6 points for 5 onion rings. I don't think I've never made one. I know that. You use I'll put the recipe in the description box below. But use a 1/4 cup of cornstarch, a large egg, a 1/2 cup of buttermilk, 1/3 cup of flour, a teaspoon of hot pepper sauce, salt, paprika, some panko breadcrumbs, and 2 1/2-pound sweet onions cut into 1/2-inch slices. It does sound pretty good. I might make this. I don't even know how many points a regular onion ring is. But like, you know, when you go to the bar and they got those great big onion rings, those are so good. Those are so good. My favorite onion rings are from Red Robin, where you get the tower of onion rings. Those are really good, but I can only imagine how many points they are. Anyway, 0.4 gain, 78.4 loss total. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, share if you think somebody might like to see it. As always, stay safe.